Hi there, everybody, and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. It is another Tuesday night. It's a quiz night, and I hope you're all looking forward to this evening's lineup. We've got a good mix like we did last week tonight. So we're going to be doing our new game show. We're going to be playing our top 10 or tenable version again. So that's coming up. We've also got catchphrases. We've got Our Survey Says. But before all that, we'll do 2 quiz rounds tonight, just like we did last week. A real good mix, and there's a lot of chat going on right now. And yes, some of you commenting on the cold. It is indeed very chilly out there at the moment here in the UK. For those over here, I'm sure you are fully aware. So Sue says, Sue and the Donuts are here. She says, a very cold evening all. Yes, agreed. Millie says, good evening all. She's here too. Her and Mike, hi, how are you? We've got Roy joining us in the chat. He's joined from work tonight from a quiet betting shop at the moment. It's because they must all be at home watching the quiz. Catherine and Tony are here too, saying good evening from the frozen north. Maddie says, hi, missed last week as I fell asleep and in danger of doing so again tonight. Might also crash my battery, so if I go quiet, you'll know why. That's all right. I appreciate you being here for as long as you can be. I hope you enjoy it. So yes, the first thing we will do, of course, is bring in the kids to see if you can get yourself a bonus point to add on to either of your quiz round scores for rounds 1 and 2 tonight. So let's do that now, everybody. Okay, here they are. Here they are. None of that, mate. No, guys. Honestly. Right, so we've got a question coming up on screen now, and this question, if you can guess it right in the comments, it's going to be A, B, or C you need to guess, and we shall see if you can get a bonus point for your team. So I'll bring up the question. Abby, you can ask it because this is connected to what you've been learning at school, okay? All right, here we go.
What year was Julius Caesar born? Is it A, 50 BC, B, 100 BC, or C, 150 BC?
What do you think? Let me know. Let us know. A, B, or C in the chat for a bonus point. We've got Jew saying good evening all from Jew and Ant. Welcome along, guys. Thank you for being here. Some guesses starting to come in now. Let's see how many of you can get bonus points here. You have had a haircut as well, haven't you? I did all right, didn't I? Yeah. It looks all right, yeah. It's not my best one of all I've done, but it's all right, yeah. Much smarter than it got to before, hey. Right, so we've got some good guesses coming in. Everybody's having a go. Tony's saying A, Catherine is saying B, all controversial. Ju's saying A, Sue is saying B, Roy's saying B. Any more for any more? Last few seconds if you'd like to have a guess in the chat for those watching live. What are you doing? Are you trying to stay awake?
No, I'm trying to give myself big eyebrows.
Okay, all right.
You look like an owl.
Some people pay a lot of money for
like
that.
An owl.
Right, okay, let's reveal the answer then. You've all had plenty of thinking time now. The answer is...
B.
Right.
ABC for a bonus point.
Yes.
This ain't Roblox.
Lisa's also said B in the chat. Oh, and Maddie said B. There might have been a delay there. So let's go through all the people that won. So, Ruben, can you read out the names? So we need to read out this one.
Catherine, and Sue, and Roy.
And
Lisa.
And I think there's going to be more. And
Maddie.
There's
yes.
There.
So you've all got yourself a bonus point there if you said B. Well done. It was 100 BC as well.
Very generous.
July 12th or 13th, they reckon, but in 100 BC. There you go. Look, Catherine says nice haircut and good evening to you both. Yes. Cool. All right. Well, thanks so much for your help, kids. You will see them in February because, long story short, I'll explain in a bit. There's no quiz next week, and it's Patreon quiz the week after, so the kids will be back the week after that. All right.
I hope you have a good January.
Yes. Okay. Thanks for that, mate. Much appreciated. Right then, everybody. Yes, you did leave your phone, Ruben. There you go. All right, so let's get on with the first round then. So we're going to do 2 quiz rounds then tonight and 3 game show rounds. So the first quiz round we're going to be doing is sport and leisure, and then we're going to do a guest round tonight. This guest round is just another name for a random round that isn't like your standard quiz rounds that you'd get at a pub quiz. So in case you're not familiar with the term. Also, I've put guest round just because it would fit nicely there. And the title of the guest round, I may as well just reveal to you later. So, but it wouldn't quite fit. So I just thought I'll put guest round and then leave it up to you to be surprised. Millie did say B in the chat as well. It must have just been a bit of a delayed comment. So yes, well done. It was B. You got the bonus point as well. But thank you for all that, guys. So they will see you in a couple of weeks' time or 3 weeks' time. You have got a countdown conundrum on screen now. So down here, there you go, down there. If you can unscramble that 9-letter word and work out what it is, you get 2 bonus points at the end of the round when I reveal what it is. So throughout this round and the next, you don't put any guesses in the comments anymore. So you just have to make a note of them your side and then let me know how many you think you got, how many points you think you got at the end, which you do say in the comments. And then we celebrate with those who do well and commiserate with those who don't. But remember, we're all just here just having some fun. Okay? So, for sport and leisure, question number 1. Which character is yellow in the traditional game of Cluedo? Or Clue, I think it's called in America. Which character is yellow in the game of Cluedo or Clue? Should check actually, since we do have international viewers. Yes, they are the same. Good. Okay, question 2. Put these footballers into the correct order, soccer players, into the correct order, with the one who has played the most games for England first. So I'll give you 3 players, put them in order, most games they've played for England first. Jordan Pickford, Harry Kane, Jordan Henderson. Put these footballers into the correct order, with the one who has played the most games for England first. Pickford, Kane, Henderson. If you get them all in the correct order, that's 3 points. You might find that you get 1 in the correct spot and the other 2 mixed up. That means you get 1 point. And then, of course, the other alternative is they're all in the wrong order, so no points. So Pickford, Kane, Henderson, put them in the correct order. Question 3 now. Question 3. Which position did Harry Potter play in Quidditch? Which position did Harry Potter play in Quidditch? Question number 4 now. Anna Richardson is the current host of which controversial TV game show? Anna Richardson is the current host of which controversial TV game show? Question number 5 now. What shirt number did the following players famously wear at Manchester United? They all wore the same number. Alexis Sanchez, Edison Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo. They all wore the same shirt number in their respective times at Manchester United. What number was it? Oh, good evening to Jan. Good luck with today's quiz, he says. Welcome. Glad you could be here. Okay then, your next question. Bring up the next question for you. What colour are the art questions in the traditional board game Trivial Pursuit? What colour are the art questions in the traditional board game of Trivial Pursuit? Yes, it is the same shirt number. They all played at slightly different times. They all wore the same shirt number. So what number was it? It's for 1 point. And question 6, that assumes Trivial Pursuit is a universal thing when it comes to the colours in different countries. Certainly across the UK, the colours were all the same. Each different subject had a different colour, if you're not aware. So what colour were the art questions? Question number 7 now. This is for 3 points. Which NHL ice hockey teams are the Rangers, the Penguins, and the Ducks? Which NHL ice hockey teams are the Rangers, the Penguins, and the Ducks? That one's for 3 points. Obviously, 1 point for each correct team. Question number 8 now. Question 8. What does a numismatist collect? What does a numismatist collect? For 1 point. Question number 9 now. This is for 3 points. Who is the host and the 2 regular team captains on Would I Lie to You? Who is the host and the regular team captains on Would I Lie to You? 3 comedians. Name them for 1 point each. The host and the 2 regular team captains. Question number 10 now. Question 10. What do you buy with a little help from Stanley Gibbons? What do you buy with a little help from Stanley Gibbons? I'll give you a little clue there. It's in relation to collecting again, but not the same as a numismatist. Remember, it's 2 points if you can get the conundrum correct. Keep your eye on that as we go through these. Question 11, on to athletics. Mike Powell is the current world record holder in which athletics event? Mike Powell is the current world record holder in which athletics event? Question 12 for 3 more points now. Question 12. Name the 3 properties that are orange on a standard UK Monopoly board. Name the 3 properties that are orange on a standard UK Monopoly board. Question 13, and this is for 2 points. Which golfers are nicknamed the Walrus and the Goose? Which golfers are nicknamed the Walrus and the Goose? Question 14 now. Which sports can you watch at Flushing Meadows, at Wrigley Field, and at the Fairy House? Which sports could you watch at Flushing Meadows, Wrigley Field, and the Fairy House? 1 point for each, 3 different sports. Flushing Meadows, Wrigley Field, and the Fairy House. Do you also get Monopoly variations for biggest cities in the UK? Yes, you can. Yes. Yeah, they're pretty hard to come by unless you're actually in those cities, I believe. But I think there was an Oxford one, which is near where I was, my nearest city. There's a Birmingham one, I think, and there's probably many of them. But the main one, the UK one, is always the London-based one, which I guess is kind of obvious, isn't it? But yeah, there's many varieties, not just those cities as well, isn't there? lots of themed ones. We've got obviously for me, we've got a Star Wars Monopoly one. That's quite fun. Don't really like Monopoly as a game generally, but the themed ones we've got, yeah, they're quite good. A little bit different. Right, question 15. Your final question, just for the 1 point this time. What is the name of the only German manager in the Men's Premier League? So for football or soccer, what is the name of the only German manager in the Men's Premier League? That is the end of that round. If you need a question repeated, let me know in the comments now. I can do that for you. This is the last chance you've got to answer the countdown conundrum for 2 bonus points for your team. And if you're struggling on this round, but you got the kids' question right earlier, you could add that point onto your score here as well. Or you have to use it in the next round if you don't use it here. So, yes. Let me know. Any questions? I did go through that quite quickly. There's quite a few multiple point questions as well. So please do let me know if there's anything else you want me to repeat. I've noticed, random side point. Oh, question 15, 1 point for each letter of his name. No. Question 15, just for the 1 point, I think. Yeah, I've noticed the last few episodes, for quite a while now, a day or two after I've posted the video or hosted the show, I'll get, when I look at the video that's posted, Facebook will tell me that the whole video is muted because there's something music-wise I'm using on the show that has got some kind of copyright against it. So the whole video is muted. So I then click to say, what you on about? There's nothing on this show that I don't own the rights to music-wise, but it happens every single time, and I couldn't think what it was. So you may have noticed, regular viewers may have noticed, one thing I have done this week is take out the Big Quiz Night In version of the Netflix intro, which goes da-dum, yeah, which it does at the start of every Netflix show, because that, I think, is the only thing it can be. That none of the music, anything at all I use, has anything against it. It's all royalty-free. But I guess it must be that. So I've done it differently tonight and I've not used that clip. I'll let you know if it works out, because otherwise, you know, all my videos are getting posted and they're muted and I don't know if I'm going to get the audio back. For most of them, it seems to have come back, but still, it's very strange. See if that works. Anyway, nobody's asked for any repeats, so what I'll do now is I'll go through them and we'll see how many you get correct. So keep a tally of your scores, please. Question number 1, the character that's yellow in the game of Cluedo is Colonel Mustard. Question 2, the correct order for the footballers based on the most games for England first. Harry Kane has had 89 caps for England. Then Jordan Henderson's had 81, and then Jordan Pickford has had 58. Question 3, which position did Harry Potter play in Quidditch? It was Seeker. Question 4, Anna Richardson is the current host of which controversial TV game show? It is Naked Attraction. How that's still on the air, I will never know. Definitely don't Google it at work if you have no idea what show that is. Very strange. Right, okay, question 5. Which the following 3 footballers all wore the same number, the same shirt number for Manchester United. So what was that shirt number? The players were Alexis Sanchez, Edison Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo. They all wore the number 7 shirt. Oh, Jew's laughing at Naked Attraction, I'm sure. Yeah. Just, what kind of person goes on that show? I mean, really, come on. Weird. Lisa says we cringe when we see Naked Attraction. I bet. I can't imagine it's something that is popular in other countries. Like maybe a few countries in Europe they do something similar, but I'm amazed. I'm just amazed that it's a show that's even on British TV. Surely it's not in America. Please tell me there's not an American version of it. Oh dear Lord. Right, okay, next question. What colour are the art questions in Trivial Pursuit? It is brown for art. Right, question 7. The NHL ice hockey teams, Rangers, Penguins and Ducks, are the New York Rangers, the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Anaheim Ducks. Yes, Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, or Mighty Ducks as those movies were known. Question 8. What does a numismatist collect? It is coins and medals, technically, but coins or medals, either or, for 1 point. Question 9. Who is the host of the 2 regular team captains on Would I Lie to You? That is Rob Brydon, David Mitchell, and Lee Mack. Rob Brydon, the host, David Mitchell and Lee Mack, the captains. Question 10. What do you buy with a little help from Stanley Gibbons? You would buy stamps. Postage stamps. And special collector's edition stamps and all those kind of things. Question 11. Mike Powell is the current world record holder. In which athletics event? It is long jump. Question 12. Name the 3 properties that are orange on a standard UK Monopoly board. They are Vine Street, Marlborough Street, and Bow Street. Question 13. Which golfers are nicknamed the Walrus and the Goose? It is Craig Statler and Retief Goosen. Side note, the Walrus and the Goose sounds like a kids' TV book. I've just realised, or kids' TV show or book, doesn't it? Just imagine those funny animations for it and pictures. That would be funny. Okay, question 14. Which sports could you watch at Flushing Meadows, Wrigley Field, and at the Fairy House? So Flushing Meadows would be tennis, Wrigley Field is baseball, and the Fairy House is horse racing. And question 15, the only German manager in the men's Premier League is Jurgen Klopp, who is the manager of Liverpool. So 1 point for Jurgen Klopp. And now, the answer to the countdown conundrum for 2 bonus points is Glimmered. Glimmered. Let me know how you got on. Tally up those scores. Let's see how well you've done there. It's around about this kind of time while I wait for scores to come in. I remind you that if you have any other social media accounts anywhere else outside of this one, please do click the link because the link in the description will take you to my Beacon page, and that's just basically a bullet point list of all the different places you can follow me and links directly to them. So you can tap on the ones you've got. If you're on X, Twitter, if you're on TikTok, if you're on Instagram, Threads, and I've got Big Quiz Night in all over these places, so please do give us a follow if you don't mind. Yes, keep the scores coming in. I'll read them out in just a moment. Also in that link is the Patreon page where you can support me. There is a free trial for it. After that, it's £2 a month minimum entry fee, but that gets you access to our monthly Patreon quiz night, which we do via Google Meet, where we're all on video call having a chat and a laugh together, face to face, so to speak, and I present to you more game show kind of quiz night fun, and it's just for you guys that are Patreons. That's in 2 weeks' time. It's always the last Tuesday of the month. So let's see how many some of you have got then. The scores are coming in. 18 points in total for Roy. Great effort. Not bad. 6 points for Jew and Ant. Well done. The Donuts got 20. They did not get the conundrum though. Lisa says no, we only missed 3. Very well done. That's a good. That must have been a good score. 16 plus our bonus from round 1, so 17 for the not so golden oldies. Good effort again there. And Maddie, she's still awake. She's still with us. 19 plus 2. Great score as well. Keep those coming in, please. I'll continue to read the comments out as always, even if I've moved on. Jan says 9 points for myself, but 0 for the word. Yeah, it's a tricky one, I think, tonight. I think the next one might be a bit easier, maybe. Mind you, if English isn't your first language, then I don't know what I can say. But yeah, good luck. It's not. I don't think it's as complicated as this one. See how you get on. The next round, then, as I said, is the guest round. Let's go now to Millie and Mike have got 11 points. Good score. Well done, guys. So round number 2. Round number 2, a brand new countdown conundrum is on screen, so good luck with that one. Your guest round tonight is called Princes and Princesses. So this is about real and fictional princes, princesses, all things connected to those words. Okay? So, same principle, 15 questions, 1 point for each correct answer, unless I say differently. And we'll do exactly the same run through again, just with a brand new quiz round. And then it'll be time for our new game show round. So yeah, good luck with that. Question 1. Which princes married Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton? 1 point for each. Which princes married Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton? One of those two might not be married for much longer, if rumours are to be believed. The other one, thankfully, very happy, from all accounts that I've seen at least. Question 2. Which actress gave voice to Princess Elsa in Frozen? Which actress gave voice to Princess Elsa in Frozen? Of course, who eventually becomes queen. But name the actress. Question number 3 now. What were the names of the Disney princesses who married Aladdin, Prince Eric, and Eugene Fitzherbert? What were the names of the Disney princesses who married Aladdin, Prince Eric, and Eugene Fitzherbert? 1 point for each. Question 4 now. Question 4. How many years was Sleeping Beauty sent to sleep by Maleficent for? How many years was Sleeping Beauty sent to sleep by Maleficent for? Question number 5 now. Question 5. Which song gave Prince his only UK #1 hit single? Which song gave Prince his only UK #1 hit single? This is staggering. I would never have guessed it was this one. Never. It's a good song, obviously. It's a good song. But this would not have been my first or second guess, personally. Interesting to know how many of you got this one right. Question 6 now. Which film characters were the Prince of Thieves, love that one, and the Half-Blood Prince? Which film characters were the Prince of Thieves and the Half-Blood Prince? Name the characters. Maddie says, glad I saved my bonus for this round. It's a good mix. There's a good mix of questions. So hopefully you'll still get some points out of it. Right, question 7. Who was the mother of Princess Caroline of Monaco? Who was the mother of Princess Caroline of Monaco? Three points for question 8 now. Which Disney princesses were played in live-action movies by Lily James, Emma Watson, and Lily Collins? Which Disney princesses were played in live-action movies by Lily James, Emma Watson, and Lily Collins? 1 point for each. Name the 3 Disney princesses. Question number 9. Which princess married Jack Brooksbank in 2018? Which princess married Jack Brooksbank in 2018? Repeat question 8, please. Yes, I will do repeats when we get to the end. No problem. Question 10 now. Question number 10. Which pop acts had a UK hit single with Prince Charming, Two Princes, and The Prince? Which pop acts had a UK hit single with Prince Charming, Two Princes, and The Prince? 1 point for each there. Question 11 now. Which British soap character, TV soap character, greeted his daughter with the famous words, "Hello, Princess," in an episode that aired in September 2003? Which soap character, British TV soap, greeted his daughter with the words, "Hello, Princess," in an episode that aired on the 29th of September, to be exact, in 2003? Very well known, famous character if you know anything at all about British TV soaps. Question 12 now. Question 12. What were the names of Princess Fiona's mother and father according to the Shrek movies? What was the name of Princess Fiona's mother and father in the Shrek movies? 1 point for each. Question number 13 now. Which fictional princess was adopted by Senator Bale and Queen Breha Organa? Which fictional princess was adopted by Senator Bale and Queen Breha Organa? Question 14 now. Which family did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air live with? Which family did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air live with? And question 15, the final question in this round. Before I do any repeats you may have. Which actors played Princess Elizabeth, Prince Philip, and Princess Margaret in the first season of The Crown? Which actors played Princess Elizabeth, Prince Philip, and Princess Margaret in the first season of The Crown? 1 point for each. Okay, so I'm going to go through repeats now. If you need any more, let me know. Question 8, I will repeat for Ju and for Ant. Which Disney princesses were played in live-action movies by Lily James, Emma Watson, and Lily Collins? So for 3 points, 3 different Disney princesses, okay? Right, okay, any more repeats then? Last chance to get repeats for questions. If not, I'm going to go through the answers. Okay, here we go. Don't forget, Countdown Conundrum. Last few seconds now to work out what that could be. Question 1. Which princes married Meghan and Kate? It is Prince Harry and Prince William. Question 2. The actress that gave voice to Princess Elsa in Frozen is Idina Menzel. Or Adele Dazeem, if you're John Travolta. Never forget that. It's so funny. At the Oscars as well, of all the places to mispronounce somebody's name. Question 3. What were the names of the Disney princesses who married Aladdin, Prince Eric, and Eugene Fitzherbert? For 3 points, it is Jasmine, Ariel, and Rapunzel. Question 4. How many years was Sleeping Beauty sent to sleep by Maleficent for? It is 100 years. Question 5. Which song gave Prince his only UK #1 hit single? It was The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. I would have guessed Kiss and Little Red Corvette above that. At least those two songs. Purple Rain. I mean, how did these not get to number one? Shocking. Question 6. Which film characters were the Prince of Thieves and the Half-Blood Prince? It's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Severus Snape is the Half-Blood Prince. Question 7. That's Harry Potter, by the way, if, like me, you don't really care for that franchise. Question 7. Who was the mother of Princess Caroline of Monaco? It is Grace Kelly. Bat Dance. That's another good one. Yes, another good Prince song. Well done, Roy. You're quite right. That's another belted song. Right, so where were we? Number 8. So the Disney princesses that were played in live-action movies by Lily James, Emma Watson and Lily Collins. Cinderella. Lily James played Cinderella. Emma Watson played Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Lily Collins played Snow White in Mirror, Mirror. So Cinderella, Belle and Snow White for 3 points. Question 9. Which princess married Jack Brooksbank in 2018? It is Princess Eugenie. Question 10. Which pop acts had UK hit singles with Prince Charming, Two Princes, and The Prince? 1 point for each. It's Adam and the Ants with Prince Charming, The Spin Doctors with Two Princes, and Madness with The Prince. Question 11. The soap character that greeted his daughter with the words "Hello, Princess" was Dirty Den or Dennis Watts from EastEnders. So Dirty Den or Den Watts, either of those is fine for the point. Question 12. What were the names of Princess Fiona's mother and father in the Shrek movies? They are Queen Lillian and King Harold. Question 13. Which fictional princess was adopted by Senator Bale and Queen Breha Organa? That is Princess Leia from Star Wars. If you got that right, we can be best friends. I would say there was a clue in the t-shirt I'm wearing, but you can't really tell. But it is a Star Wars t-shirt. Right, so Princess Leia is the answer there. Question 14. Which family did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air live with? It is the Banks family. Love that show. Question 15. Which actors played Princess Elizabeth, Prince Philip and Princess Margaret in the very first season of The Crown? Claire Foy played Princess Elizabeth. Prince Philip was played by Matt Smith, former Doctor Who actor. And Princess Margaret, Vanessa Kirby. Lisa says we're BFFs. Yes. Yes, Star Wars is definitely my jam. If I went on a quiz show with a specialist subject, like on Mastermind or something, Star Wars lore, Star Wars canon would be it. Not so much outside of it. Like when you talk about the making of something, I'm like, yeah, I know stuff. But if it's actual canon in the lore of the legend of Star Wars and the history of it, I know probably way too much. I do love it. Anyway, we're a whole Star Wars mad family. So that is that. So yeah, Claire Foy, Matt Smith and Vanessa Kirby for the last question there for your final 3 points. And for the countdown conundrum for 2 bonus points, it is overcoats. There we go. Okay, so tally up those scores again. Before we move on to the next round, let's see how many points you managed to get yourself in this quiz round. And we are going to move on to our top 10 round, which is, of course, very similar to Tenable, if you watch that. Well, let's see how well you get on there with this one. Yes, scores are coming in. Excellent. Okay. 16 for Drew and Ant. Well done. 15 for Roy. Not a bad day at the office so far. 12 for us, not our best round. Oops, but fun guessing. Good. Yeah, well, you've learnt a few things here as well. Maybe it'll stick around for a future quiz, because no doubt these things come up again and again over time. Donut's got 18. No conundrum again. Tricky. Okay. I don't know if you ever watch Cats Does Countdown, Jimmy Carr's Cats Does Countdown, where they take the mickey out of Countdown, the quiz show. He does funny clues sometimes, or clues in general, for their conundrums. So I was toying with the idea of giving you a clue for the conundrums, just for the hell of it. Obviously not rude ones like they sometimes do on that show, because that's not what this show's about. But a little clue that might make you think in the right direction. I've been toying with the idea. I don't want to make it too easy, but at the same time, I know that sometimes it's very difficult. And if, like I said to Jan, if English isn't your first language, a conundrum in another language, just the thought of that alone is mind-boggling to me. So the fact that you can do these sometimes is just amazing. Millie says 12 points for them. Good score. Okay. If there are any more coming in, please do continue to comment. But for now, I think we can move on. I think we are ready now to move on to... Oh, Maddie says 13 plus 1 for the bonus, plus 2 for the conundrum. Told you I needed the bonus, and of course I didn't get the Princess Leia question right. Lisa said we've got 3 wrong again. We've got both countdown conundrums. Excellent stuff. Well, you've scored very well there, haven't you? Good. Thank you for letting me know how you got on there, guys. Let's move on then to our top 10 round. Okay, so this is the second week of doing things, or the third week of doing this actually, because we did it in the Christmas special, didn't we? But I do have a brand new question for you, a brand new top 10 to work out. Wait until you see the pyramid with all the numbers on before you start putting your guesses in. And don't, as much as I like more and more comments in the chat because it makes this get more views, don't spam too many guesses until I've acknowledged them. Yeah, give me a chance to read the guesses if you don't mind. So 1 or 2 per team to begin with, and then as I go through them, you can guess more. So let's bring up the list, shall we? We shall go over to the next page, and the question is: top 10 artists with most weeks at number 1 in the UK album charts. Now, that might sound a bit daunting to begin with. It did for me when I first saw the question, but trust me, all of these are massive global superstars and big groups. There's possibly one that is massively famous in the UK and not so much abroad, but everybody else is well known to everybody, pretty much. I'm sure you'll have heard of all of them. So have a guess. The top 10 artists with the most weeks at number 1 collectively for all their albums in the history of those bands or artists or groups existing. So have a guess. Let's see. Some of those comments are coming in now. All right, so Fleetwood Mac. Let's see. That's a good, interesting guess. Is Fleetwood Mac one of the top 10? Is it there? It is not in the top 10. Let's see what else we've got. Spice Girls. Is Spice Girls there? So Fleetwood Mac was Sue and the Donuts guest there. Millie has gone with the Spice Girls. That is also not in the top 10. What else have we got coming in here? Was there somebody else who said Fleetwood Mac as well? No. Pink Floyd, Bryan Adams, Queen. Right, I'll do those all in one. Is Pink Floyd, Bryan Adams, or Queen in this list? Let's see where they can appear, if indeed they do. No. Interestingness. Right, Ed Sheeran. Maddie's gone for Ed Sheeran. Whereabouts does Ed come in the list? Is he too new, maybe, to be a tenable answer here? Let's have a look. Ed Sheeran's in at number 8. Very good. Okay, next one. Sue and the Donuts have gone for Madonna. Is Madonna in the top 10? Madonna and Cliff Richard are equal in the top 10. So you could have had either or for the 10th position. Sue has gone with the Beatles. Surely the Beatles are in this list, aren't they? Let's have a look. Up it goes. Oh, is it there? It is the number 1. They have sold the most, or spent the most time at the top of the charts. Very good. Right, let's look at some more guesses then, shall we? The next one we've got is Rolling Stones. Roy's gone with Rolling Stones. Okay, let's have a look. Is this one a tenable answer? Rolling Stones at number 4. Well done there. Juice says Adele. Is Adele in that list? Right, let's have a look. Yes, Adele is at number 9. Have I missed any comments? Let me just check. No. Beatles, Ed Sheeran, Madonna, Rolling Stones, Adele, Elvis Presley. Roy's gone in with Elvis Presley. Right, let's have a look. Is the king of rock and roll there, Elvis Presley. There we go, number 2, right behind the Beatles there. And let's see some more come in. Sue and the Donuts said Elvis as well, so yes, well done. The Beach Boys, is the Beach Boys there? And no, the Beach Boys is not there. David Bowie, another good guess there. Is David Bowie in the top 10? Definitely should be in my opinion, but he's not. He is not. Amy Winehouse and Take That. 2 guesses. Let's get those done in one go. Amy Winehouse or Take That. No, they're not there. But there is a member of Take That. I'll be kind. A member of Take That has made it to the top 10. Can't Be Cliff Richard, Roy. That's number 10 in the list, equal with Madonna in terms of weeks. Most weeks in the charts, they're both there at number 10. Westlife has been guessed. Is Westlife there? And we've got some guesses now for a member of Take That as a clue I gave you. And Robbie Williams is the one guessed. Is it Robbie, though? Gary Barlow's had a few as well, you know. But no, Robbie Williams is in number 7. That's it for boy bands, okay? There's no more boy band references in this list. I did see another one, though, that was an interesting guess. Okay, Maddie's gone with ABBA. So is ABBA in the list? Is that a tenable answer? Let's have a look. It's number 3. Great work. 2 more left to go. I can't believe nobody's guessed number 6. It's shocking. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. You will kick yourself when you realise. But well done to Jan as well, who said Robbie Williams. Sue and Ju, you all said Robbie Williams there. Lisa's gone with Elton John. Is Elton John one of our tenable answers? Let's have a look. It's not. He can't be far off. Surely he's close to the top 10, but he's not in the top 10, I'm afraid. No. Status Quo. I'm going to give you another clue after this. Right, Status Quo is not a tenable answer. Queen is not. We did that. That was one of the ones guessed at the start. Local band for Roy, Slade. Okay. And Sue has gone with George Michael. All right, I will give you clues in a moment. Yes, ABBA is in at number 3. Sorry if your comments are coming in a different order from where I see them. Right, here's a clue there. Number 5 is a duo. And number 6 is a solo artist. Not David Bowie, we've done that one. David Bowie was not there. George Michael not there. ABBA was number 3. So number 5 is a duo, number 6 is a solo artist who also had hits as a group. But not in the not along the same lines as the boy bands we spoke of before. Bit different. Simon and Garfunkel. Okay, Catherine and Tony has gone with that. Sue and the Donuts and Roy have all gone with Simon and Garfunkel. Are they there? Is that number 5, the duo I spoke of? It is. I'm surprised they're that high up. It's not my era. I know they've done some good songs, but I am surprised they're that high up, personally. But yeah. Not Oasis, no. Let's just confirm that for you. Oasis is not there. Not Paul McCartney. I think you're getting close, though, in terms of legendary status. Let's just confirm that for you, that it's not Paul McCartney. No. Yeah, there's so many that it should be as well, but it's not Prince either, I'm afraid. No, not Shaking Stevens. You're going too obscure there. Not Shaking Stevens, Roy. Oh, not sorry, not Shaking Stevens. Who said that? Lisa said that. Roy then said Michael Jackson. Now there's one we haven't had for yet. Quite a few of you now saying that. Yes, Michael Jackson. It's not John Lennon, but is it Michael Jackson? Let's have a look. Number 6 in our tenable list is Michael Jackson. Yes, very good. So there it is. The top 10 artists with most weeks at number 1 in the UK album charts. It's a good list. It's a good list. Yeah, a couple of surprises in there for me. Simon and Garfunkel would never have guessed that. I'm not surprised that was one of the last ones left. But there we go. Well done. You managed to work out the list. Okay, so we are now going to move on to... Where are we going to go now? We're going to go to our survey set. Okay then, so let's just come out of that. And for our survey says, you have another question there for you. Name something you might inflate. So this is a genuine question from Family Feud, actually, this time. I've reworded it ever so slightly. But this is from the American version of the show, Family Feud. What do you think the top 6 answers were from this survey? Name something you might inflate. So have a guess in the comments. What's going on? Let me just see some of these comments. Okay, so we've got balloon being guessed, bouncy castle, a Lilo, balloon again. All right, so let's have a look. Where is balloon in the list? Is it there? Balloons is number 1. That is the top answer. Is Lilo there? That's an interesting one. Lilo is... let me just confirm. Because it's not there by name. But obviously it's inflatable, so something similar is. Let me just check. Do I give it for that? No, I'm going to say no for that one. Along those lines, but no. Lilo is not there. Let's have a look. Bouncy Castle. All right, here's a Bouncy Castle there. It's not. It's not. Like I said, this is a Family Feud one. I don't... yeah, I don't know if that's going to make any difference to it. Maybe it did. I don't know how popular they are in America. A bed is an inflatable bed there. So we do have, this is the thing about Lilo, because a Lilo is something that you lie on in a pool, right? It is technically a mattressy kind of thing, but airbed, specifically an indoor use airbed, is there. And what else have we got in the comments here? Dinghy. A dinghy is number 3 on the list. It is there. Very good. Yes. Tyres now. Who says... So let me just give some credit where it's due. Hold on. So Tony said bed. And quite a few of you. Yeah, Lisa as well said balloon. Armbands. Millie says armbands. Are they there? No. Then we've got Roy and Lisa saying tyre. Let's see if tyre is there. Tyres are there. UK spelling I've used here. We spell it with a Y. Sue's boobs. I'm afraid not. That's funny, but it's not there. But yeah, we spell tyre with a Y, and in America they tend to spell it with an I. What else are we missing then? Let's have a look. We've got 2 more left. And I think, yes, right, Lisa's gone with ego. You inflate your ego. This is very true. That is what you do. Or somebody could inflate your ego, I suppose. Is it in the list, though? Oh, I've done that now. Where is it? We want number 5. There you go. Number 5. Number 6, I was about to say you would find it at the seaside, typically. So if you weren't looking at the screen, you can have a guess now, as I just tapped a different number there. But anyway, let's just see if anybody can complete the round. And then we can move on to catchphrase. And yes, number 6 is beach ball. So those are the top 6 then. Something you would inflate. Balloons was the top answer. Car tyres, or tyres in general, I guess. Then a dinghy, an airbed, your ego, which I thought would be probably the hardest one to get. So well done, Lisa. And beach ball was the 6th answer. All good guesses, though. All good guesses, but those were the top 6. Just check the time. We are doing good. Right, so we can move on now to catchphrase. And for catchphrase, for those who've been here the last few weeks, we're going to do similar here for catchphrase. I've got 3 more character blocks behind the screen. You need to work out who they are. I will give you a little clue as to what to expect, and then you know roughly where to think when you're guessing. So they are movie related again, movie related characters. Yes, so we're going to go with this one first. Right, so the board is now ready. I'm going to give you your wheel and some questions. If you get a question right, or when you get a question right, this is something you guess in the comments. I will then reveal one of the squares based on what the wheel tells us to remove. Okay, so your first question then, guess in the comments please. In which country did the Lego company originate? In which country did the Lego company originate? No, there's no S on the end of Lego. There never is. That's a controversial debate to have with Americans. Yeah. But Denmark, yes, loads of you saying Denmark. Very well done. That is exactly where Lego is from. Let's spin the wheel then and see which square we're going to remove. You are looking for animated movie characters here. Number 7. Let's reveal number 7 for you then. I think this is the easiest one of the 3 I've got for you tonight. Okay, this is the easiest one. Your next question, feel free to guess in the comments if you think you know what it is. We're looking for the name of the movie, or movies, or franchise even. Okay, that's the same for everything. All 3 of these, the name of the movie we're looking for, or franchise. Question 2, what is the currency used in Russia? What's the currency used in Russia? The answer to that question will be valid whether somebody guesses correct or not. We have had a guess in already. Sue and the Donuts have said, is it Toy Story? Maddie's Lego answer for Denmark has only just popped up on screen. So there is definitely a delay somewhere. It is the ruble. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to spin the wheel. I will reveal whichever square it says we need to reveal, and then I will acknowledge an answer. Number 1. Right, let's do number 1, just to make it a bit more interesting. And yes, several of you, Roy, Lisa, and Catherine, you've all gone for ruble. It is the Russian ruble. But most importantly, it was Sue and the Donuts who said, is it Toy Story? The correct answer is indeed Toy Story. Well done, because that is Buzz Lightyear and Woody represented in blocks. Let's have a look at those. Here we go. Oh, I was hoping that would take a few more guesses as well, but that was good. Well done. I'm impressed. I'm always impressed when you get them quickly. But Toy Story is another favourite of mine. So, yeah, that's that. Let's reset the board. And I will move on to the next one. Okay, so for this one, don't be sorry. It's fine. It just means we'll finish a little bit earlier, in theory. The next one is a little bit trickier, but it is still, for this one at least, an animated movie, franchise or characters, or franchise or movie title. Your question is, name one of the 5 elements that spell the word pathogen when placed next to each other. So think of the chemical symbols of the elements that could spell pathogen when they're placed next to each other. Have a guess at what one of those could be. There's 5 in total if you spell it in order. And as soon as a correct one pops up, or several correct ones pop up, we will reveal the next square. So let's go over to our next wheel. So think of the chemicals, symbols that could spell out pathogen. I'll put the spelling for that in the comments as well. Potassium is incorrect. That is not one of the chemicals. Good guess, but no. Roy says oxygen. That is not one of the 5 chemicals either. Good guesses, but not quite right. Nitrogen. Is nitrogen one of them? I can tell you that nitrogen is correct. Nitrogen is the last part of the word, essentially. Helium's incorrect. I will tell you all of them, just so you know. But nitrogen's correct. So let's see, which one are we going to be revealing first for this one? Again, it's an animated movie title we're looking for. Number 5. Oh, this could be very helpful. Right, number 5 is... maybe not. Maybe? Let's address some of the comments then. Yes, so the correct answers for this one are phosphorus, astatine, holmium, germanium, and then nitrogen. So GE, germanium, and then N for nitrogen. Right, the next question then. Let's see. Oh, the next one is... All right, the next one I'm expecting Lisa and whoever she's with to get this very quickly. In which month do American citizens celebrate Labor Day? In which month do American citizens celebrate Labor Day? I Googled it earlier just to make sure I still had the correct answer down here, because, you know, sometimes little mistakes can creep in. But because we spell labour with a U, it came back with a very different answer. Let's see. We've got some good guesses coming in here. Right. Sue and the Donuts say July. Millie says September. Ju says May. Catherine says July. Roy says November. And Lisa says September. So, yes, September is the correct answer. Well done to Millie. You got it right first there. Or Millie and Mike, I should say. Well done to both of you. We're going to be removing, this time, number 2, is it? Or is it going to tick over? No, number 2. Okay, let's remove number 2 from the board, shall we? Okay. Now it's, I believe, becoming a little bit clearer. Animated movie. Name the movie title. Your next question is, what is Cresselia? Is it a flower, a Pokemon, or medication? Flower, Pokemon, or medication, Cresselia. Have a guess. There's 3 choices there, so the first person to guess the correct choice will be acknowledged as getting the answer correct. Oh, we have a guess as well from Roy as to what the characters could be. Let's go to the comments though first and see what's happening there. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I think somebody has guessed the correct answer now. Sue has gone with Pokemon. Catherine went with Pokemon as well. Cresselia is a Pokemon. Well done. Yeah, very good. It is a Pokemon. So, I was going to remove another square. Lisa's gone for Shrek, but Ju's gone for Inside Out, and before that, Roy said Inside Out as well. I can tell you now, that is the correct answer. This is Inside Out. Let's remove the rest of the squares. 4 and 6 and 7, 8, 9. Those are the emotion characters represented in block form from Inside Out. I think there's a sequel coming out soon for that as well. Going to be interesting. Quite an emotional movie, but very clever. One of theirs. Pixar again, isn't it? That one. Okay, all right, so let's reset the board one final time for the evening, and we'll do the last one now. This last one could either be guessed very, very quickly, or maybe not, but I have a feeling this will be guessed quite quickly. Okay, so your next question then. If you were shopping for... Oh, we need to bring up a new wheel as well. If you were shopping for salty tears and dragon's blood with a mermaid net, what would you be shopping for? If you were shopping for salty tears and dragon's blood with a mermaid net, what would you be shopping for? I'm not going to narrow it down for you just yet. It's quite amusing, the answer here. This is a legitimate thing you could buy. If you were shopping for salty tears and dragon's blood with a mermaid net, what would you be shopping for? I love this question. I may have to give you some clues. Feel free to have a guess. This is something you could legitimately go out and buy. Absolutely nothing like. If I gave it to you, you'd never guess what it was. You never guess it was that. You'd never say, "Oh, look, salty tears and dragon's blood with a mermaid net. Thank you very much," unless you read the labels. Then you would know that's what they were. But there's a generic name. Crisps is a guess from Catherine and Tony. It's not crisps. I will narrow it down for you a little. It's not edible, but your thought process is kind of getting there. This is something you can buy that comes in many, many varieties, and those are some of them. Face mask, no. Oysters, incorrect. It's not edible. No. I mean, you could buy an edible version of it. You could, but no, typically not edible. Vape juice. Do you know what? That's a very modern answer for a question that's actually quite a few years old from my quiz archive. So no, if there are vapes like that, I'll be very impressed that that's an answer. But as far as I know, no. Incorrect. It's something every home would potentially have inside it. There's another clue. Every home would have, not necessarily salty tears and dragon's blood with the mermaid's net, but other varieties that are perhaps more commonly named you would have in your home at some point, especially if you might have just moved in. You might have some of this, but again, not necessarily called that. Air fresheners, no. Perfume, no. Okay, I'm giving you lots of clues. I might have to move on. It's just such a fascinating question. I wanted to see if you could work it out. House plants, no. No, you would use it. You'd open a can of it, but it's not edible. It's so good. Salty tears and dragon's blood with a mermaid net. You're definitely going to look this up, aren't you? As soon as you're done here. When you eventually get it right, which square are we going to reveal? I might have to just tell you the answer, I think. All right. I'm going to remove it for you anyway. Number 5 I'm going to remove because you worked hard for that one and it was very difficult. Roy's come in. I think I've given enough clues. Roy says paint, yes. Salty tears and dragon's blood with a mermaid net. Those are all varieties of paint, different colours of paint. That is what they are. So look, let's do number 5 then. Get the sound on. Number 5, right in the middle. This is a movie franchise because there's more than one thing about these characters. So by definition, it's a franchise. What could it be? Maddie says condoms. No. Incorrect. Brilliant answer, but no. Right, question number 7 now. Which actress's name is given to the cocktail of vodka, lemon and lime soda, or ginger ale, cherries and grenadine? It's not Smurfs behind there. No. Good guess. They're blue. Those are definitely 2 blue-looking characters. Is that the Aston Villa kit? Yeah, it does look like it. It's claret and blue. It's not, but good guess. I like it. No, it's definitely movie. These are definitely based on characters from a movie. Shirley Temple. Very good, Lisa. You have got it correct. Let's spin the wheel and see which square we're going to remove for you. Roy says Mae West. No, it's Shirley Temple. So, number 2 now. Number 2. There we go. Bit more blue for you. Sue's gone with Avatar. Let's have a look. Is that the correct answer? Yes. Well done. Sue and the donuts. I didn't think it would take that many. There you go. As soon as you've got a bit more blue, those are the Na'vi characters, or two of the Na'vi characters represented there from the Avatar movies. Two of which have been released, and the third one and a fourth one and a fifth one are all in some form of production that will be released over the next 100 years, knowing their current release schedule. But they're fun. I enjoyed them at least. There you go. Well done. You worked out the last catchphrase. We're finishing well early tonight anyway. That's a surprise. Okay, all right. Let's shift on over to the final page to say our goodbyes. Now, if you are interested in doing our in-person meetup at the pub quiz I host, let me just check the dates. So there is a February half term. For us, it's going to be the week of the 12th of Feb through to the 16th of Feb, which means it would be Thursday the 15th. I do need to post about this in the Patreon group to see if they'd like to come down. But if you want to, that was the one we suggested before. So if you want to come down, as we've done meetups already, this is the next one we were thinking about doing, the 15th of Feb, which for those of us who have kids might make it easier in terms of getting them looked after and not having to worry about school runs. It might be easier for some of our Patreons at least. So that's why we suggested that will be the time. And I host quizzes on Thursdays and Sundays. So that would be the one. Millie says, I'm not certain I'll be able to make the 15th of Feb, but we'll let you know. Okay, well, the alternatives are the Sundays either side. So we could do, because I do the Sunday quiz too, you could do Sunday the 11th. Sunday the 11th, or even, I guess, it depends on when half term falls for some of the other people. But you could do Sunday the 18th. So either of those. But we'll post about it in the Patreon group and we'll get confirmation. For everything else, thank you all for watching, and your engagement is always appreciated. Give the video a like before you move on, or whatever positive emoji reaction you can, because again, that all helps out. Share this video or share my page with whoever you think might be interested. Maybe invite some friends to join the next one. Let's keep growing the page, get some more people involved, because I really do appreciate all of the support you're giving me. And of course, there's plenty of ways to support me. In the comments, there's a link to the description. You can get merch with Big Quiz Night in on it. There's plenty of that you can get. Loads of different things there, or just follow me somewhere else on social media and engage with my content there, because it all really does make it all worthwhile seeing your comments more than anything. So yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed it. Let's just see comments again. Thanks, Chris, for a great quiz. Thanks everyone for your company. Have a lovely week. Thank you, Catherine and Tony. You're welcome, Lisa, as well. Sunday the 11th would work. Okay, all right, Millie. We'll float that idea then in the group. We can discuss further on Patreon. Yes, thank you for the fab quiz. You're welcome. So, take care, everybody. That's it. See you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.